So the book begins with God taking the disorder and the darkness described in the second sentence of the Bible, and God brings out of it order and beauty and goodness. He makes a world where life can flourish. And God makes these creatures called humans, or Adam in Hebrew.
Oh, Michael, I'm so excited to get a chance to sit down with you today and hear about the Bible Project. And I told you a little bit before we got started on how I first, started watching the videos, and I've just enjoyed so much watching the Bible Project grow over the years. But I'm still amazed. You have a huge following on YouTube and everywhere, but there's still so many people that don't know about the Bible Project. How do
Yeah.
you best explain what your team is doing?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, yeah, it's been 8 years, and we just started off making a couple animated explainer videos about the Bible. That was the whole, the heartbeat behind it was, which is our mission statement, is just to help people experience the Bible as a unified story that leads to Jesus. That was the goal, the heart. And our two founders, John and Tim, Tim was they'd gone to seminary together
Uh-huh.
way back when in a Bible college here. And split ways after that. Tim went like full Bible nerd route and went and got his master's and then his doctorate and moved over to Israel and learned Hebrew and just kind of came back as a professor at a Hebrew school here in the States, Wisconsin. And John went the business route. He went, realized that he had a knack for helping people take complex ideas and finding a simplified way to explain it. And so he started doing that with explainer videos for tech companies like Google and Apple and others. And the two of them had this idea about, what if we took Tim's like Bible brain and John's incredible ability to make complex things, in a way that we can all understand, and put that together and do that for the Bible. And it was really just a passion project for them in the beginning. They both had their jobs full time, and John had a studio that he was doing that, and Tim was a pastor, and they made a couple videos and got some friends to fund the first few. We put them up on YouTube. The idea was always to make them for free and just help people. And it just took off. And the crowd, we kind of put at the end of the video, like, hey, if you want to see more of these, throw like $5 in the hat. And when we have enough, we'll make another video. And it's just that flywheel spun up real fast with people clearly finding good in the videos, and it was helping them in some way, shape, or form. And so thus began the project. And here we are, 180 plus videos later, and a podcast, and we have a free online seminary called Classroom that people can do stuff on, and an app.
And what do we make of this idea? Because again, it's kind of like what The Chosen is doing right now. That right, that's like one of the biggest hit
Mhm.
shows that's helping, I think, draw people and get them excited about the Bible, bringing it to life. And God doesn't need that, right? Like He's never needed anybody to interpret it in a particular way. But there is something special going on right now with technology and with what we're able to do now as the gifts that we have as humans and kind of our specialties and using our crafts. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
say to that?
Listen, I do think that in order to really understand the scriptures, obviously we need the Spirit. We need, God is the one that's going
Mhm.
to, help us reveal those things. But you have to understand context too. And I think that's one of the biggest hearts for us is, even for me and John, and I would be the one that I was a pastor for a long time. And at one point I got to the point where I was just reading the Bible and I had to teach a message. Like that was it. It was that just honest confession. I wasn't in it for myself. It was very much like, if I got to open it up and study something and teach something, I'll go there. I also just, the Old Testament was just really confusing to me. There's a bunch of weird stuff in there, and it wasn't that easy to understand. And I did need other, but I had, Bible Project helped me understand, and Tim, that I can't understand the new heavens and the new earth that's talked about in Revelation if I don't understand the garden from Genesis. And you've got to understand the entire context and narrative. It's hard to understand Jesus without understanding this rescue mission that God was on throughout all of humanity, that we see. And so, you know, I do think, yeah, all we need, if you should be able to open it up and learn from it for sure. But I do think there's something about understanding how to approach, because it's not just one book. This is like many books written by many different people in different times and different cultures and different places. The New Testament has a bit of a Greek bent because that was the world that was, operating in that. So it's a little easier sometimes even for us Westerners to understand the New Testament just because that's the context that it was written in. The Torah and the Psalms is a Hebraic, much more Eastern narrative approach to how they wrote. And so if you don't understand that stuff, it's a little difficult sometimes to just dive in. And so we're just trying to make it easier for people to go, oh, that was poetry. That's why it's so kind of crazy. Oh, that was, narrative. That's why it's a story and I'm supposed to take something out of the story. Oh, that's like a genealogy. That's just straight facts that they're trying to it's just different. So we don't read a newspaper every single page the same. We read the comics different, then we read the obituaries, then we read the front. I mean, I just think we know how to do this, but we haven't done that often with the Bible.
Well, in
We've
our
approached it.
generation right now, we are such a fast, we want something that gives us context right now. We can pick a verse and just do, let it just that apply to what I'm going through right now. And that's what I'm learning in my own life, is like you need context.
We don't have often sometimes the attention span and all the other things that kind of grab our attention. In our hope, and at least what I found, and I don't know if you found this, but I know that when I watch one of our videos or listen to Tara Lee or whoever, that it gets me excited about going back and reading the Bible, not the opposite. We're not trying to make videos to go, you don't have to read the Bible, just watch this overview video. It's more like watch this overview video, see the mastery that is in this incredible book, and then you're going to just be so excited about going in and reading it for yourself. And so I've caught myself in the last, 8 years since Bible Project's come on the scene, definitely reading more because of the videos. Like I'm excited. So that's the hope, is that we, can help people slow down and learn and read it for themselves.
So where is the future of the Bible Project now? You mentioned a podcast, so that I know that's more recent. That wasn't in the very beginning. Talk about some other things where the vision maybe is that we can take this.
Yeah. I mean, we want to help creating resources that are going to help people experience the Bible as a unified story that leads to Jesus. That may not just be video. So we do have a podcast and we have a blog and we have all that kind of stuff. We have our own app that we put out last year. That's a beautiful app that helps people journey through the scriptures and, kind of just piece by piece, and hyperlinks those videos and concepts and content and the paradigm that we approach the Bible in. And so the app really helps you do that. We have something called Classroom that is a free, basically online seminary for people that if they really want to go deep into 16-hour type classes on, the Torah or Jonah or Matthew or whatever. We're filming classes and we fly in students from around the world, 6 students, and we actually film it here in Portland. And Tim, basically teaches through for 3 days what he would teach at like a seminary. But here we record it and we edit the whole thing and then we put it up online for anybody to go through. So we've got folks in, Uganda right now that are pastors at a church that are going through classes, and people in Germany and people, in Latin America and all over the place. And so that's kind of been a really fun, if you're excited about learning more and more about the scriptures, Classroom's a great place to go. We've got a VR project that we're working on right now as well.
Virtual reality,
virtual reality. Yeah.
Wow, I like it.
I mean, that space is there. It's going to happen whether people like it or not. And so I think it's one of those ones where we just want to figure out how to be in that space and help people again, learn about the Bible in that space.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are. What is the best place? Is it the website, YouTube? If someone wants to know more about everything that's going on, where do you first send them?
I would hit the website, just because it's going to have everything there. You've got the videos, you've got the podcast, you've got Classroom, you've got our app download. You can download our app. Our app's a great way. All of our stuff is in there as well. And so if you're just get into an app store and it's free, so just hit Bible Project. But BibleProject.com.
Well, tell the team, job well done. Keep it up. Keep encouraging
Carley,
them, because this message and this type of content is so helpful and so needed across the world. And it's pretty cool to watch to see how this continues to grow. So I look forward, hopefully, to talking again, maybe in the future, about other
Anytime.
projects coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. Well, so appreciate it, Carly. Thank you so much for all you're doing, and we so appreciate you.